Hey, welcome to Witty Apparatus. This your boy Big Man, and you know what we do, man. We get it like the barbershop, but you ain't got to wait in line to get this scoop. And today we've got some really groundbreaking news, man. This is very hot, and I had to talk about it. So Suge Knight has presented an affidavit from his attorney, and he's going on record and actually saying who he believes shot and killed Tupac Shakur. Yes, I mean, that is humongous news. And I know a lot of people are probably saying when I saw this scrolling across the ticker was, well, there's been a lot of theories about who killed Tupac and who killed Biggie. But the interesting part about this is Suge Knight, for the most part, has never said anything. He's always kept it quiet. And this is the very first time he's gone on record through his attorneys and said he knows exactly who killed Tupac Shakur. So this is very groundbreaking. I mean, it's going to be trending on Twitter. It's already on some pretty big news sources. Like I got the story on the UK Daily Mail. I got it on CNN. I mean, it's out there. But this is very, very interesting because me, like a lot of the other, like most people who are fans of Tupac and Notorious B.I.G., we always want to know, man, how is it possible that these two humongous stars, I mean, Tupac was such a huge star at the time, and Biggie was such a huge star. I mean, these guys are huge stars. How could they have been murdered and nobody be arrested? And I know a part of me gives people the benefit of the doubt, and we forget, okay, you got to go back to the 90s. Technology then is not what it is today. And the way that they can find a killer and the way that they can bounce cell phone receptions on it has improved drastically. So we always take that standpoint and we base that on what the cops should be doing and shouldn't have been doing and what they should and shouldn't know. I mean, you're talking about 1990s technology, so it's going to be there were times in the 90s where, I mean, murders just were not solved. And I know that it's hard for people to believe today, but it's the reality of things. I mean, look at the O.J. Simpson trial. Now, you can debate if he did it or he didn't do it. I'm not going to say what I believe because I believe the obvious. But I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to go on record and say anything because I don't want to make anybody mad on that because I don't want the negative feedback. I just don't. But, I mean, it was just a different time. But for Suge Knight to come out and actually make a claim, and he named, and it's out there, so hopefully he's ready for the repercussions legally about who he's naming, because he said that his ex-wife, Sharitha Knight, and the head of Death Row Records Security, Reggie White Jr. Now, this is what's being reported. I am not saying these people are murderers. Do not hold my feet to the fire at all on this. But that is exactly what is being reported. And those are some sweeping allegations. I mean, that is serious. Those two people will definitely have to clear their name. Now, this is all based on a documentary that has already been released called Tupac Assassination: Battle for Compton. Now, there is a trailer for this documentary, and the fact that Suge Knight is backing what's been said in this documentary is kind of odd. You know, I don't know if he has any financial gain from this, or is there any type of gain for him monetarily with this company that's putting out this documentary. But, I mean, he's going on record and actually saying that this documentary is correct. Now, this documentary is based on a book that was put forth called Tupac 187, The Red Knight, which was co-written by former detective Russell Poole and the same people behind the Battle for Compton film. Now, man, I hate all the propaganda trying to get somebody to just look at something and listen to it for the monetary gain. If they came with some clear facts, that would be interesting. If this documentary has some clear facts, but it's kind of odd that this is all based around the release of All Eyes on Me. Everybody knows All Eyes on Me is about to hit theaters, and it's going to be a huge, if it does anything close to what Straight Outta Compton did, and Tupac is a way bigger star worldwide everywhere. He's a way bigger star than NWA. And I know people are going to be mad at me because NWA did lay the groundwork for what was considered gangster rap or hardcore hip hop. They did help lay that groundwork and that blueprint for everyone. So their contribution to hip hop is paramount. It can never be toppled or I could never discredit that. But Tupac globally, I mean, there's murals of him in Brazil. Come on, there's pictures of Tupac murals in Europe. Come on, man. Tupac is a humongous star. To this day, Tupac is a humongous star. I mean, that's why they're doing the movie for him. So with that movie coming out, and this documentary had already came out about a year ago, I believe, it makes you wonder, is this all strategic to rev up money for this documentary? I do not want to dismiss any of the claims made in the documentary. If it's true, that would be shocking. That would be crazy. I mean, I don't know if Suge has something against these people as well. That's another point I got to make. Now, are these two people that Suge just has, because Suge is he's shown in the past that he's very spiteful when it comes to other individuals. And he has a record of this throughout the history of 90s hip hop during Death Row's heyday. I always say to myself, I wish Death Row could have kept it all together. But it was like a bomb that was set to destruct, man. It had a timer on it. You had different gang factions all in the studio together. You had, and the way that LA is structured and the way that the West Coast, for the most part, is structured. Those lines are drawn. They're pretty much drawn in cement. So it was a tough situation, and the fact that they held it together that long is a credit to Suge, and a credit to Dre, and a credit to Snoop and everybody, man. They made some classic music. I was just listening to the first Dog Pound album and Snoop's Doggy Style album. Like last weekend when I was running. So classics. But man, back on the topic of this, what do you guys think? Do you think that it's possible that these two people, Sharitha Knight and Reggie White Jr., the former Death Row Records head of security, really had something to do with the shooting? Now, Suge said that they weren't trying to kill Tupac. They were trying to kill him. And I guess in this documentary, it's going to spell out that Tupac and Biggie were really casualties in a larger crime spree, in a larger crime wave, because there are lots of connections between Death Row Records and organized crime, and also Death Row Records. There's allegations. I can't say that these are confirmed things. There's allegations of connections with Death Row Records and organized crime, and Death Row Records and drug rings and things of that nature. Now, I do not know any of that. I don't even want to be any kind of part of that or mention any of that. So please don't hold my feet to the fire or put my name in any of that. Please. But with that, I do want to ask, do you guys think this could be true? Do you think there's any validity in this, or is Suge just trying to get a payday off of this? Are these guys with this documentary just trying to ride the wave of All Eyes on Me coming out? So with that, I'm just going to call it into this video and just really shake my head like, man, this is crazy. This is crazy. That's wow. All right. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. This has been your boy Big Man, and we out of here. Peace.